Well, this is not how I expected to spend my day today. I'm making an emergency 2.5-hour drive back to the main city because my wheelchair lift back there on my camper van just broke. And I'm on a bit of a time crunch. I actually phoned the people that could repair it, and they could fit me in this afternoon. And the next available time that they would be able to fit me in is 1 week from today. I'm actually supposed to start my journey west for the fall and the winter in a few days. And so I just made the decision to get in my vehicle and start driving. And they're hopefully sourcing the parts for the wheelchair lift as I am driving right now. And it's just about 12 o'clock. And I should be there around 2 o'clock, and so they have a good 3 hours hopefully to get this wheelchair lift fixed for me, which is actually incredible that they had an opening. The last time it broke, it took 6 weeks to get the wheelchair lift fixed, and I spent 6 weeks crawling in and out of my camper van, and it was horrific. It was awful. The ironic part is it actually broke while I was trying to make a video for a friend who is getting a wheelchair lift like that. And I used a remote, a wireless remote this time, to lower it so that I could get a video from far away. And I'm guessing that remote, which I never ever use, didn't have the stop programmed properly or something, because it went way lower than expected, or way lower than it normally stops at when I'm using the buttons that I normally use. And all of a sudden, bang, there was a big bang, and I looked and the cable was all broken, basically just like a thread or two had burst. And so luckily the lift could still go back in, but I was not comfortable putting my weight on it. So I'm thinking the lift lowered farther than normal and then just tensioned the cable way too much, and yeah, stressed it too much. It's just a little bit of extra stress because I feel like I have so much to get done before I start my fall winter travels and leave this area where I've spent my entire summer. I have to get my condo all cleaned up and organized before I leave because I have a new renter for the winter. And so, yeah, not how I wanted to be spending my day. But yeah, it just sucks to be dependent on equipment like that. It's great when it works, it's wonderful, but when it breaks like this, I definitely had a moment where I was just wanted to burst out in tears. I was really frustrated that, yeah, my whole week's plan now has been disrupted because I'm headed back into the city instead of spending time with family and friends over the next few days. So that's where I'm at. So it's a rainy, cold fall day here. Fall has just kind of hit this week. I mean, it's kind of a beautiful drive, watching all the fall colors change, and man, all these leaves just started turning within the last 3 or 4 days, and that's my cue. That means it's time for me to leave this area and go find somewhere warm for this fall and winter.
The weather is a lot nicer here in town, but I've arrived at Motion and we're gonna take a look at this lift, hopefully get it fixed up. You can see the guys at Motion are taking the cover off the motor And once that was off, we could see what the cable looked like all around, and boy, am I glad I did not try to ride this lift. Not much left of that cable. It was definitely very frayed. They got it all put back together right by 4:30 in time for their quitting time. Yeah, honestly, 2.5 hours for them to do it. I'm pretty impressed. So thanks, Motion, for fitting me in and getting me back on the road. Set me back about $220, I think. So yeah, unexpected little payment for the month, but hey, at least I'm not crawling in and out of my van for several weeks. Since I'm in town 3 days earlier than I had planned, I'm going to capitalize on that. I'm going to go spend some time at my condo. My condo has been on Airbnb in the summer, so that way I can, spend time there if it is way too smoky out, and then stop in and do my laundry and have a proper shower when I am in town. But now for the winter, I have a new tenant moving in, so he'll be there, and I want to get some things fixed around the condo and give it a deep clean. So yeah, I guess it kind of worked out that I'm in town, then I'm not rushed trying to do that. So yeah, just gonna head there and get some stuff done. Yeah, I just spent three days and nights actually here just cleaning up and getting things more organized for him. So yeah, it was kind of neat to stay in my condo. It was a nice little going away to, spend a few nights back in my home, although it's pretty empty right now. But I just spent time cleaning and organizing things, and yeah, now I'm just saying goodbye to my condo for at least 6 months. I'm leaving the area that I've been calling home for the summer, and eventually I'll actually be going somewhere warm, somewhere south for the winter. But before that happens, I've got a couple other stops, and so today I am heading to Grasslands National Park. It's a Canadian national park, and if you actually caught my last video, I went to another national park where I went to Prince Albert National Park. And so I'm doing a little tour of the 2 national parks that are within Saskatchewan. I've never been to Grasslands before. It's a very different landscape and some badlands, a lot of prairie. Grasslands is known for its dark skies. There's just nothing around. So you get really beautiful views of the sky at night. Maybe some northern lights would come out. And so I'm gonna feel very small, I think, because yeah, it's just a very broad landscape. I'm rolling, yeah, I'm rolling, I'm rolling, yeah, I'm rolling, I'm rolling wherever I'm going. Yeah, I'm rolling, yeah, I'm rolling, I'm rolling, yeah, I'm rolling wherever I'm going. Well, after a 4.5 hour drive, I made it to Grasslands. A lot of gravel road to get here. It's kind of really out in the middle of nowhere. I went to the campground and honestly, it was nothing special, just kind of wide open and you could see your neighbors. So I decided to come find a spot to watch the sunset and make dinner. So I just, pulled up to this little scenic vista point, and then I'm gonna, after finishing supper, I'll head back to the campground and call it a night. The shadows have just changed in the last little while, but you could see like about 10 minutes ago, there were some cool shadows over these cool, formations, but It's kind of just buried now with all the shadow from the sun going down. But yeah, it's pretty neat to look out my sliding door and have this view. I'm whipping up some grilled cheese, just making it simple and quick, but golden hour is coming. So I was sound asleep and I got a notification on my phone that there was something outside my van. So ever since I had a bear try to get into my van in the middle of the night, and I couldn't see anything outside, it was so dark, I've got some security cameras so I can see all around my van using my phone. And it's motion censored too, so I got a notification that there was something outside my van, and that's the first time that's happened in the middle of the night. So yeah, I got up and looked at my phone. You can see that I definitely had a little visitor right outside my van, this little deer. I also got pretty excited because on the camera it looked like the northern lights were out. So I poked my head outside and yeah, it was not the northern lights, that's just clouds, and it just shows up like that with the night vision. It's actually so cloudy you can't even see the stars out. So, you know, I'm in a perfect spot to see the northern lights and the Milky Way and beautiful starry night, but it's just deep cloudy tonight, so. But I would much rather have a little deer visit me than a bear in the middle of the night. So I can definitely go back to sleep easily now, knowing what's outside my van. I just got out of almost a 4-hour meeting on Zoom, all about accessibility in parks and campgrounds. I'm really hopeful that it's going to improve things here in Saskatchewan. But I want to get out moving, so I'm going to go do the scenic parkway. It's a drive or a one-way road, but I'm going to bike it. I need to get moving, and hopefully I get some really good viewpoints. It starts over there from the campground, so it's about 1 kilometer to the campground, then 11 kilometers away, and then 11 kilometers back. So should be a good 24-kilometer round trip little ride. All right. Whew. Well, I had to climb up that hill from the campground, but now we're on pavement and this is when the fun starts. Badlands Parkway, Grasslands Park, Saskatchewan. All right, we haven't gone very far. Looks like there's already a viewpoint. I can see the iconic red chairs up ahead, so probably means there's a pretty good viewpoint. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta say, it's pretty darn cool. You might be able to hear the wind whipping. That's probably pretty standard for here, but here are the Parks Canada red chairs. And a lot of national parks across Canada have these. Definitely aligns though with what I was expecting. Do y'all remember the scene from The Lion King where it's like, everything that the light touches is yours? This is what that reminds me of. Not even 1 kilometer into the road, like 300 meters, and I'm already blown away. It's just so vast and open. and like unique, really unique formations. Nothing that I've really ever seen before. I did not know this was in Saskatchewan. I like that it's pavement and you don't have to worry about traffic and you can just cruise like, oh, it's so smooth. Especially compared to like mountain bike trails that I do. This is a nice treat. All right, looks like we got another viewpoint here called Crackerjack. A mower has been on these trails, so that usually means that they're good for my bike. So, apparently a long time ago, this was a steamy, swampy forest back when dinosaurs were here. It says, this was about 66 million years ago. A bolide, or an asteroid, struck Earth and killed 2/3 of the, plant life, including the dinosaurs, animal life. Wow. And so this thin white stuff is a clay called KPG boundary. Oh, and that kind of got thrown up from the meteorite or the asteroid. But I don't know, seeing stuff like this just, makes you realize there was definitely times before us. Seen a lot of poop. I don't know when this became my thing, taking videos of poop. But at least this stuff is all mostly dried up. Unlike the last national park I was at, I got a lot of poop on my wheels that I had to clean off. But yeah, this stuff just flakes apart, thankfully. So yeah, I think there are bison in the park, but who knows if I can see them. Well, I'm at the end of the road. Found another set of red chairs. And man, this would be a great spot for a sunset, but overall, I gotta say, the badlands here are pretty good. Wah wah, I know, I'm cheesy. It is 350 meters from the pavement though. So I don't think I'd want to do that in my wheelchair. But on a bike, sure. Oh man. All right, now I get to just cruise home, hit the pavement and cruise on home, no stopping. Just gonna enjoy the ride.
You're my sunshine every morning, light up every moment, make my every dream come true. Oh, I can't describe it, took my tongue and tied it, sent my heart over the moon. It come fly away with me, imagine all the things that we could see. Yeah, don't you know that life's a dance? Come take my hand and fly away with me.
Well, I made it back to the van in one piece. Good 25 kilometers round trip. No incidents, always a relief. But the sun is starting to go down and it's not fully down, but you can just feel the temperature drop, just, like desert, similar to that. So I'm gonna get this bike loaded, get some supper going and stay nice and cozy in the van. Well, this week definitely didn't start according to plan. My wheelchair lift broke, I had to completely change my itinerary, and I ended up back in the city instead of spending my last days in Saskatchewan with family and friends. But that's life, and even more so, that's van life. You adapt, figure it out, and keep rolling. Once everything was fixed and my condo was organized, finally making it to Grasslands felt like such a win. Those wide open views, the feeling of the road under my bike, the quiet, it was the perfect reset before leaving my home province. It feels so good to be back out here, starting a new season of adventures. Winter's coming, and I've got a feeling it's gonna be a good one. So stay tuned, everybody, and don't forget to keep a wheel.